If you are a coach and you have yet to generate over $100,000 a month in your online business, I want you to do yourself a favor today and block off your calendar to watch this video for 20 minutes. Because I truly believe if you don't acquire the insights that I'm about to show you in this video, everyone you love depends on it, your livelihood depends on it, the future of your coaching or info product-led business depends on this. And look, things have obviously been changing in 2025. There's AI. Old systems to acquire clients are not working anymore. So the thing that you need to focus on is the only true core systems that will work for your coaching business. And that's really saying F you to funnels, which is the old way of doing things, and moving into building the most efficient ecosystem that gets dream leads 24/7 and scales out your coaching business to 20 to 100K a month, collecting high ticket paid in fulls with reoccurring revenue. And most importantly, you have pre-sold prospects, meaning they are coming to you and you can then potentially sell them in the DM, so no sales calls. And like I said, the key is to stop doing what everyone else is doing in the online info space. Build a funnel with low profit margins, rely on a ton of appointment setters or just crazy appointment setting tactics. No developing a large team. You can literally do this solo or at most 3 people. Then to also not having to work with clients who create operational drag because they're not dream clients. And a lot of people right now, they're switching from system to system to system. Hey, I got this funnel system. Oh, check out my sustainable funnel. Check out this funnel. This one's better than, like, sure, it all works, which I'll talk about in a second, but there is truly the 4 core systems that I was mentioning that will work forever and actually work more better, more efficient, and acquire leads 10 times easier with less friction than switching from funnel to new marketing system every single month. And the real issue here with funnels is that there's just too many leaks, leaving a pile of dead leads at the bottom that are completely forgotten and never end up turning into a sale. Now, I totally get on what I'm saying that, funnels aren't it anymore. I'm the funnel guy. I know that sounds kind of crazy. I know you might be skeptical. I know you might be cynical by what I just said. My job here is to not convince you of anything. It's actually to just show you what is working for me, what has allowed me to scale to 40K in literally just 2 weeks at a 70% close rate, and also what is working for all my other clients and where this whole entire coaching and info space is heading in 2025 with AI and all the crazy stuff that is going to be happening with social media changing. Like I said, I'm just going to be sharing with you what has worked for me and what is currently working for my clients. So without further ado, let's get into how to not be a glorified coach stuck at 3 to 30K a month, to showing you the exact system that I built for myself, where all those problems that you're facing as a coach currently just don't exist with this new anti-funnel approach. All right, so this is the new path to $70,000 a month as a coaching business, as an info seller. And it's not by using funnels, and it's by developing ecosystems, okay? What does that mean? You need pre-sold systems, you need sold out coaching spots, and you need access offers. And I'll be covering exactly what all this stuff is in a bit. But I just want to give you an important notice before we get started here. I made over 1 million online over the past 2.5 years, and I've helped many info product partners make over 100K in a day. So I'll be sharing with you who those people are. I've been in the game of creating funnels, backend systems, content systems, work for some of the biggest people in the space. And like I said before, my job here though is not to try to convince you. I'm just using my expertise on where the info product space is going, what is truly working right now, the only things that are truly working, and how to combat all this stuff with AI and making sure people are coming in your pipeline already sold. Because look, there is an old way. It's true. The standard funnel just straight up doesn't work anymore. Okay. It's too straight line, and you want to go into an ecosystem, and not necessarily a low ticket ecosystem. You want to develop your high ticket. He's talking about that. So this is the fastest way to scale to 30K to 100K with a team of 0 to 2. So you could do this solo. If you really want to scale out, yeah, sure. Having a team of 2 is good, with the most important part, pre-sold leads. How do you create a situation and environment where people are coming to your sales calls ready to pay? You're turning them into an onboarding call. Or a really nice part is having the privilege to sell somebody in the DMs. I've closed many deals in the DMs. I've actually closed a $70,000 in lifetime value. And I'll show you exactly how to create that and why you need to have that approach coming in 2025. But before we get into that, let me show you who this is and isn't for. Okay, so I don't want you to wasting your time if you're on this video. This isn't for you if you are a beginner and you're starting at zero. These things are not just gonna work for you. These things aren't gonna work for you, right? You need to put in a little bit of the work, get to at least like 3 to 5K a month, start to implement these systems, and you should be good. This isn't for you if you like complex funnel building, right? You want 3 to 10 crazy upsells that are happening with 6 different offers. This isn't for you because this is all about building the one thing that truly works and keeping it simple and scaling to 100K a month profit if you want to scale that high. I'm all about profit. This isn't for you if you haven't gotten results for somebody. You're just starting out in coaching. And then this is the most important part. This isn't for you if you're not willing to change your perspective on switching over to ecosystems and understanding why it works. Because what we're going to be talking about here will shift how you begin to create content, how you begin to funnel people into your business. And if you're stuck in your old ways, it just doesn't work. Okay. This is for you if, first of all, you're somebody who is selling something expensive online, high ticket, info product consulting, specifically somebody who wants to get at least to 30K to 50K a month in profit. And if you want to focus on leverage, you value working on the business, not in it. So you're not this dog who wants to work 18 hours a day, scaling to $300,000 a month and having low profit margins, and you'll do anything that it takes just to hit that number. I like clean businesses. I like high profit. I like not dealing with so much things, not too many team members. So keeping things simple is a big aspect. Simple offer, simple and efficient evergreen systems to scale. If you want that, this is for you. Lean team, no 15 plus people, but you also don't necessarily want to do it all by yourself. Cool. If you want to get to 30K a month, you can actually do that solo. But most people are people and they want to go above that. So if you don't want to do this all by yourself, this is for you, but you still want to have that lean team. And when I say lean team, I'm talking like 1, 2, maybe 3 people. If you want to get past 100K, it's not that crazy. And then client results. You want to attract clients who are ready to pay, ready to get results. That is crucial, right? You don't want to force people on. You want to get people who are ready to get results, and you want them to become a case study. You are actually going to put in the effort to get case studies. It's really important these systems work well for those types of people. And then also if you're an agency owner and you want to move into a more leveraged hybrid coaching model to go along with your agency, this is for you. So why are you here? You want a simple and effective way to scale. You want predictable and consistent way of bringing in hot leads 24/7. Your ad costs may have skyrocketed if you're running ads. Your lead quality probably sucks, and I'll go over why. You're getting less paid in fulls because you're getting a lot of, I just want to think about it, or I'm shopping around objections. The market's super warm and people know to shop around, and you want dream clients following you and being pre-sold. So you're going to hear me say that a lot, pre-sold, right? They're already ready to work with you and they're going to be reaching out to you. And you like stacking monthly recurring revenue while also selling high ticket. But first off, why should you even listen to this guy right here that's shouting at you through the computer screen, right? Well, let me tell you how I scaled my content agency to 70K a month, quit my agency, spent over $100,000 to discover where the market is heading. Okay. So 2022, that's when I left college, convinced my girlfriend to move out with me all the way to Austin, Texas, from Pennsylvania to Austin, on the merit that I was going to be this big hot shot. I was going to grow my content agency. We're going to get the penthouse apartment in downtown Austin, Texas. That was the goal. And I convinced my girlfriend to come along with me in that. So with that, for a good 6 months, we were just living in a single bedroom apartment, and it was rough. Like starting the content agency, not knowing what to do in the space. I wasn't making any money. I just didn't know what to do. And probably, I think like during that whole entire 6 months, I only had like $1,000 in profit that I made. It was getting pretty wild, right? Imagine trying to convince your girlfriend to keep on living with you month after month, only having $1,000 of profit. Okay. But then in 2023, things actually started to work. Well, the classic, hey, I've been working really hard at this thing and putting my head down grinding. And I started to see that success, that hockey stick curve. This wasn't my first business, by the way. I had many businesses before this. I've been in the online space like for quite a while. But during 2023, this is when I started to connect with some of the biggest people on social media, I actually started to get huge clients. Okay. And you can see here, we got Zenith Press Academy, $70,000 in lifetime. Entrepreneur Media, almost $50,000 in lifetime. True Niagen, almost $45,000 lifetime. Like, they were paying me big bucks. We started to really, really scale up, working for some of the biggest companies. I'm talking, like I said, Entrepreneur Media, CBS, Paramount Plus, some other ones that are in here. And I had my partner. But here's the issue with everything. Just like a classic content agency or just an agency owner, I started to literally have like 12, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. I felt like this wasn't a business. I felt like I created 20 different jobs, and working for these bigger legacy companies, it was tough. Like, it was tough to get our services out there for them because I had to go through so many hoops, so many higher ups to approve things that I just sometimes never saw the daylight. So that's when in like 2024, more of the clients I started to work with and actually get like great results for were all info sellers, because info selling just works on social media. It's the truth. So I ended up working with the Rich Dad Company. So that's Robert Kiyosaki's company. We were building the content systems, and this is where I started to build the back end systems, the conversion mechanisms, not just getting views, but how to get views to paying customers. So during this period, we made $500,000 in a single year. It's actually way more than this because I released other products, and this is just one Stripe account, and I'll show you in a second. Scaled a editing course to $30,000 in one single month. Started working with some of the biggest dogs like Brett Malinowski, Toozer, Dave Perota, Ryan Doris, other people that are in there that I'm probably just forgetting because I worked with so many people. But let me show you my Stripe account. Okay, so we're on Stripe here. Obviously, this is real. You can see. Just thought I would show this because a lot of people are faking out there. But yes, we did $400,000 in 2023. Honestly, we made a lot more than that because this is just one Stripe account. This is just one piece to the puzzle, but I thought I'd show you this to show proof. So back into the content agency, I ended up actually quitting. Okay, because what I really created for myself was this terribly like stressful environment. Okay, so I had 4 different offers, 10 to 15 person team with zero leverage. Absolutely no leverage in the business, which externally was great. Like, externally, everybody thought I was the man. My girlfriend thought I was the man. I was making $70,000 a month on the outcome. But internally, I had 12 plus hour days, 7 days a week. I had no time for friends. I had no time for relationships, zero time for family. And I didn't get to do anything that I love to do. And overall, my soul honestly felt like it was getting tired. Just 12-hour days, 12 hour, and just putting out all these fires every single day. And externally, the business I built had zero leverage. Like, you can see that from the outside. I had low profits and was super, super high stress. It was starting to create that external environment for me, which was just leading into this loop. Because internally, we had 4, like, just going back into it, right? And so I ended up quitting. I ended up splitting up from my partner. And through that process, I kind of had this breaking point that caused me to quit. And it was really when I was in Hawaii. Like, look at my face while I'm in Hawaii. Do I look happy there? I don't think so. I was miserable. I just got there. We were supposed to be there for an entire week. All I was doing was putting out fires every single day in the business. Had no time to enjoy this amazing place. And you can see my face there. I really wasn't. And that led to me actually getting like really sick on the trip because I had such high stress that I think my body shut down, and I thought I was in an area where I could relax. Sometimes when you're really stressed and then you relax later after, that's when your body gets sick. And I think that's what happened to me. It completely ruined the entire trip. And I quit. Like, well, that was my breaking point. I didn't necessarily quit there, but I think that was the lowest that it got. And I ended up quitting about a month or 2 later. I quit in the middle of 2024 and just kind of was like coasting around, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I basically knew I wanted to do the opposite of what was going on in my agency. I wanted to build a business that had high leverage, high profit, and low stress. I'm going to repeat that. Business has high leverage, high profit, and very low stress. And that's when the end of 2024 came along, where I ended up selling $40,000 within 2 weeks, building out some of these systems, this ecosystem that I'm about to share with you, by doing the opposite of what everybody is preaching in the online space. Okay. And by the way, I did this while I was in Japan, while I was traveling the world. I was literally in Japan. I got engaged. I had the time of my life in this completely new environment. Didn't have too much time to work, right? I've been traveling and I got $40,000 in 2 weeks. And after that, I actually shut things down because I'm like, wow, this worked so well. I kind of need to revert what I'm building out here, make it better. And I didn't want to accept more people because I wanted to make my product so good. So I shut everything down. I came back from Japan and I was around Christmas and the New Year's. Didn't work at all. I just was building the product. I was making this way, way better and realizing what actually caused me to get $40,000 in 2 weeks with a 70% close rate. So that's where I took my prior info experience, what has been working for all these other people that I've helped out, took my experience, what happened to me, and I actually also listen to what the market wanted instead of what the guru has always been preaching this time. And this is the ecosystem and ascending offers. So why an ecosystem over a funnel? Well, let me just show you who this is actually working for. So we got Oscar here, a total of $40,000 in the first 4 weeks he scaled to. He was actually going from an area where he was struggling to sell a 5K offer, pay in full, right? He was struggling to sell that, to us increasing his offer to $15,000 and scaling him to $40,000 in cash collected in the first 4 weeks of us working with him and plugging in this ecosystem. By the way, 70% close rate on his sales calls, pre-sold people. AV Brown, $30,000 in a high ticket offer while also scaling his low ticket in the first month to $8,000 in monthly recurring revenue. This is him right here. Ryan and Thomas, $0 to $12,000 in MRR in just 4 weeks. Dallas Bragg, $0 to $16,000 in 4 weeks. I wish I could tell you what exactly his business is, but it's a crazy niche, and we scaled him to $16,000 in 4 weeks. And by the way, he also has around a 60 to 70% close rate. Jay Teta, $160,000 in 2 months. He sold 13 people for $13,000. Okay. So it really all boils down. Everything that we're talking here, the ecosystem, it all boils down to number 1, acquiring attention for free or cheap. 2, creating the ultimate trust that gets, which is number 3 here, pre-sold leads. Okay. So my mission right now, this is what I'm trying to do, is scale 1,000 coaches to create a high impact, high leverage, high profit, and very low stress business. So I want to get 1,000 coaches to $20K a month, at least. Okay. So that's the mission there. Now let's go over into the ecosystem. Okay. So this is the new path to $30,000 to $100,000 a month, and why ecosystems over funnels, and why are the fastest growing and the biggest online info sellers and coaches working on this? Why are they building this out right now? And why are they going to begin to talk about it? And here's the issue, okay? Funnels are just full of leaks. It's a straightforward process that leads a ton of dead and forgotten leads at the bottom. It's very sales orientated, okay? You get attention at the top. They watch a VSL, they're on a landing page, they book a call, and you try to convince them on the call to purchase. And that just has a lot of room for error for everybody to fall out or just be forgotten at the end. Okay. And here's another thing that I'm going to tell you that nobody wants to tell you in this space. It all works. Everything works. Funnels do work. Webinars do work. School funnel works. Ad funnel, VSL funnel, live events, YouTube, whatever it is, it all actually works. Okay. And most people won't admit that. But there's a big caveat here. One thing alone doesn't just work anymore. The way things are happening in 2025 doesn't just work. The funnels, just one funnel is going to work because it's going to be inefficient. You're going to lose out on a ton of leads. There's going to be those leaks. You're going to be in this content hamster wheel. We're going to be trying to always go viral to bring in that attention at the top, which is going to lead to 12 plus hour days, putting in a ton of time to content, trying to do sales calls, fix everything, fix all the fires that are going on, which also is another thing, is you just jumping from system to system. Okay, you're going to have to jump from webinar to school funnel, VSL to live event. Every month it's going to be something new. You've probably yourself, if you're watching this, and you're around like 5 to 30K a month, you've probably tried a bunch of different systems here. And that just takes up a lot of time. And here's the thing, you also might have multiple offers needed to scale. Like you're trying to get to 100K or, trying to hit your goal, and you have all these different offers that are taking up your time. And just doing one thing leads to a ton of ad cost if you're running ads. If you're not running ads, you're in that content hamster wheel, trying to go viral, trying to get the leads at the top of the funnel. But it just doesn't work because it's inefficient. But it doesn't work because it's just inefficient at this point. So the opposite of that is a ecosystem, okay? You're getting traffic with organic and paid, and you're building trust by holding people in your ecosystem, and you're selling them into one offer that collects monthly recurring revenue and high ticket at the same time. So why are ecosystems the new web? Okay. Well, there's really 4 key reasons. Number 1 is that you're maximizing on each lead. I call it lead maxing. So when do prospects buy? Sure, yes, people can buy in the first month. And that's where people who are running funnels really capitalize on. And you need a ton of volume at the top. And it really works for big people to have a funnel because they can get that volume. But if you're a little Joe Schmo, you don't have that much followers, you can actually scale by having an ecosystem to your dream monthly recurring revenue. That's it, and it's by maximizing on each lead. So people, about like 15 to 20% will buy in the first month who come across your account. But the ecosystem really captures on everybody coming in. So over the next 2 months to 2 years, that's where the other 80% is going to buy. And you house them in this environment that causes them to do that. And when you have a case like this, you can be somebody like Dallas, who actually at the time, he had 4,000 followers when he initially scaled to 16,000 in 4 weeks. So you can have a very, very, very small following. You don't have to go viral. Since you're building an ecosystem, you're lead maxing, okay, lead efficiency, and you're not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Okay. Number 2 here is the buyer's journey. 2020 to 2024, the old journey was, number 1, you could run ads, or you might be running organic, or you could be doing both at the same time. Number 2, you bring everybody to a landing page, they see a VSL, they book a call, and you get a 20 to 30% close rate. That was the old journey of the buyer. They'd go through that entire process, very straightforward. The new journey, okay, even yourself, think about yourself watching this video. How did you get here? You might have landed on this for the first time, which is cool, and certainly that does happen. You're that 15% here. But the journey is different, okay? In 2025, we are in a trust recession. So the buyer is hopping around. This is why you're getting shopping around junctions, because they're hopping around trying to find that right person that speaks to them, because they know everybody is trying to sell them something and solve their problems. So you need to find a way to tailor your quote unquote funnel, your actual ecosystem, to the buyer's journey. And this is what the journey looks like. Number 1, they see an ad or they see your organic video. They then watch YouTube. They can follow you from that ad, by the way. They then go over to YouTube, watch a YouTube video. Then they watch some IG content that pops up on their feed. They then DM you for something, have a conversation. Then they go back to watching a YouTube. Then they read your emails. Then they download a lead magnet of yours. Then they have another DM conversation. They watch another YouTube and they book a call. That is the classic journey. And you can see how that, if a funnel, right, that's solely focused on just bringing people in that pipe, you're missing out on the people who are going through that. You're not tailoring your buyer's journey. And it causes a lot of issues where you might be experiencing high ad cost, a lot of shopping around rejections, a lot of less paid in fulls, and you're feeling like you're trying to convince people to book calls with you. That's another thing. Like the outbound stuff just isn't going to work anymore. The game that everybody's just so warmed up, the market is so warmed up that outbound is literally going to die in 2025. I'm calling it right now, and I've called many things, and it's all came true. Okay, so the buyer's journey is different. Number 3, the 7-11-4 rule. Some of you guys may have heard of this, and it's actually very valid, very true. It works. Okay, the funnel doesn't maximize on that. Okay, once again, it's so straightforward. No way they're going to be spending 7 hours watching your content through 11 different touch points through 4 different formats. They see an ad, they hop on and watch a VSL. That might be like 30 minutes. They book a call, and that call's another 30 minutes. No way that's 7 hours. The closer you can get to that 7 hours, the more pre-sold somebody. Actually, I think the stat is like if they end up booking a call with you, it's almost like a 80% close rate. Something like that, okay? The ecosystem houses people in that environment, okay? Houses them, builds up that 7-11-4 rule in the most efficient way. Once again, this can work for you, okay? All that stuff at the top can work, but it's not the most efficient way. It's a lot of friction that you're going to have. You are a hammer with this. You're nailing in nails, and that's a lot of energy, a lot of friction in order to get that conversion. But with an ecosystem, you become the magnet. People start coming to you. And 7-11-4 rule is a big reason why. Which goes to appointment setting. I was talking about this before, or actually just talking about literally the old way, going outbound, doing 100 outbounds, doing sales-based conversions, right? That's what a funnel is. I want you on this call so I can sell you. The new way is inbound. How can you create that environment that brings people inbound, reaching out to you, saying, hey, how do I work with you and how can I pay? Which means they're pre-sold, and it's because it's a marketing-based conversion. You create the right systems that are super efficient so you're not working 12 hours in your day that pre-sell people, okay? And that's why you need an ecosystem 2025. You need to develop your ascending offer, ad ecosystem that keeps people in there, get a pre-sold system, and then having community, that which we define as an email list. And doing this in the most efficient manner is very crucial. And I'll dive into that in a second. So this is exactly why I was able to close 40K in 2 weeks with messages like this. This was from one of our guys who's now in the inner circle. Hey, Yassine, see you in a bit. That's what I said to him. And he said, hey, Brett, how are you? Yes, went through it. I am really excited to work with you. That call, I could have sold him in the DMs, which I do now sometimes, but that call literally turned into an onboarding call. He hopped on, paid, and it was an onboarding call because it was already pre-sold, cash collected. So with the funnel here, you are trying to bring strangers to a lead to then a high-ticket customer. You're making leaps to get here. With an ecosystem, you're taking strangers to dream followers, or like I like to say, perfect following, to dream lead, to then a customer, high-ticket client. And since they're a dream person, like the whole point is that they're a dream person staying in your ecosystem, they end up becoming a case study, which is super valuable. They're ready to be the case study. They're ready to put in the work. They're ready to do their end of the entire coaching business, because you can put in all your stuff. But the great part is when you get somebody in the right mindset. If you're already working with people, you understand that. You understand that when some people come to you, they're just ready to get results, and it makes your life so much easier because there's less operational drag. This person goes through, does everything they're supposed to do, and they become a case study, which just feeds back into the business. Okay, so this is why like 99% of coaches end up failing, or what I like to call being in the stuck zone, is because they're all experiencing the same fundamental bottlenecks, okay? Number one, they have an anti-scalable offer. They have no MRR. They have no systems in place, and they're inconsistent with attention and have absolutely, maybe not absolutely, but no authority. Okay, so this is what causes you to be in that stuck zone of 5 to 30K a month. And to get to that next level, wherever you are, you need to be fully scaled, a scalable offer, authority plus trust, predictable pre-sold leads that are coming in every single day with leverage systems. Okay, so this is the fully scaled zone. This is what gets people out of the stuck situation, coaches out of that. So the fully scaled zone is focusing on clients, a scalable, easy to deliver offer that attracts dream leads, dream clients with ease and results. And then content that builds ultimate authority, ultimate trust, which pre-sells people. Conversions. This is the third thing you need to focus on. You need to predictably convert leads into customers and clients with the option to close in the DMs if you so choose. And then leverage. Systems, a small team, automations to be the business owner and not the operator. And I call this the diamond model, where we focus on this. So we want to get you to $30,000 a month, getting clients, focus on content, the conversion system, and being leveraged. We want to make you a diamond. Okay, and so to accomplish all of this here, to be the diamond, to have that model, we use an ecosystem instead of funnels. And like I said, my life changed when I made 40K in 2 weeks by stopping what everyone else was preaching and following what the elites are doing, which is ecosystems. And it's a simple set of 4 core systems that take 4 hours a day that allow you to scale effortlessly, also ascend dream prospects into your business by pre-selling them. So you're going to hear me say that a lot. Okay, so these are the 4 core systems right here. The first one is the ascending offer. This fixes the leverage in your business. Instead of having 4 separate offers here, which takes a lot of time, energy, effort, you need to hire out team members that help out with the support, fulfilling on this. You're in all different directions, marketing, all these different things. You just create a ascending offer. And that's something that looks like going from free. It's actually getting more access to you. It's going from free to buying a low ticket to an inner circle and to doing a private one-on-one if you so choose. It's just more access to you. So how much time do you want to give off to people and how much do you want to sell that for? And the ascending offer is your foundation of the business. It's what's going to start to attract the perfect following, allow you knowing how to do that. And it's also what's going to create dream case studies, which goes into a loop that you can then use for your ad ecosystem. So you collect the case studies, you put the ads out there, right? You use that as firepower. And with the right ad ecosystem, you show up at the right time in front of the person and you end up getting a 5 to 10x on your return on ad spend with all these other systems in place. This all works together. It's the most efficient thing that we have built that gets you to just run very, very, very simple ads that bring people into the ecosystem, keeps them in the ecosystem, turns them into dream leads, makes them then pre-sold with our pre-sold OS, right? It's just one simple video. Spoiler, this is kind of one of them that you post on YouTube that pre-sells somebody. And a part of this pre-sold OS is your community. So a lot of people think like, oh, community might be in a Facebook group, a Skool community, whatever, a free one. You want to define your community as an email list. So once you built all of this, this is what creates the ultimate authority, gets you your dream clients, creates dream case studies, and it becomes this loop, right? Where you attract perfect following, get dream leads from that, make them pre-sold, get them in the community, OS, have them on your email list, and it's just this cycle. And also, here's a little bit of a deep dive into the ad ecosystem that we built out. It's just really super easy to set up, and it keeps people there. It's probably the most efficient way to hit on that touch points that we're talking about. 7 hours, 11 different formats, and 4 different touch points. This is it. And it's where you're running a profile ad, have retargeting, keeping people in your community OS, getting them in there, and then routing them to the pre-sold OS, and then they turn into a client. And if they don't, they just go back into it. Keep on getting hit up with organic, keep on getting hit up with retargeting, profile ads, and they stay within this. And it creates an environment that eventually gets them to reach out to you. So to make this rudimentary, it's hard to visualize an ecosystem. I just wanted to lay it out right here for you. So the traffic, this is where it's coming from. So simple YouTube videos, Instagram organic, and Meta paid ads. You're then keeping them within this ecosystem, your dream leads, with your YouTube channel, with your ad ecosystem, having them on Instagram, keeping them in your community, so your email list, which then makes them go into your ascending offer. We walk people up this scale, and you can collect high ticket while getting monthly recurring revenue. So you're not having to restart the wheel every single week, or every single month within the business. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, how do I get conversions? How do I not be working in the business? How do I scale $30,000, $100,000 a month with a very lean team or no team? How do I only work 4 hours a day? How do I set up this ecosystem? How do I capitalize on the most important things, on the most important way of collecting cash for your business, the livelihood of your business in 2025 if you're a coach? That is why I've launched Fully Scaled. Okay, so how does this all work? Well, it's a 16-week accelerator where we're focusing on these 3 core systems, which is 1, your ascending offer, number 2, the system, the one ecosystem, then 3, capturing leads, the ad ecosystem plus the pre-sold system to get what the name says, pre-sold leads coming to you. So phase number 1 takes about 0 to 7 days. And this is where you're going to be creating your scalable ascending offer. As I explained before, instead of having 4 or 5 different offers that are leading you all over the place, you're just getting access to you. The more access somebody gets, the more they have to pay, and you don't have to sell your soul, like doing 4 different things and being all over the place, as I was saying. Phase number 2 here is 0 to 14 days. This is where we focus on the growth infrastructure. Great. We created you a good scalable offer that can accept $30,000 to $100,000 a month without you working more than 4 hours in your business if you don't want to. Okay. But now we want to focus on the growth infrastructure that's going to fill that out. This is where we build out the ecosystem. We're going to be putting in the infrastructure to make this work in 0 to 14 days. And then from there, we move on to phase number 3, which is your next 2 to 16 weeks. Okay, so the first 14 days, you get everything set up. And this is where we really focus on that diamond model. How do we leverage? What can we do to make this more automated? How can we make this better? Putting in the ad ecosystem, making sure you're not working in the business, but you're working on the business. And this is where all the fun begins because you're consistently getting clients. We're putting in systems to be consistent with content. You're consistently getting conversions and you have that leverage that you need. This is where you can also put together a team of 2, maybe 3 people to really scale you out. So the other bonuses that you're going to get is a private Slack community of other online coaches, fully scaled. So they already scaled past $30,000 a month in the community, willing to speak to you alongside other people who are scaling with you. And it really creates this amazing environment. One of the biggest things that I've learned from myself is that you have to put yourself in an environment of winners and other people trying to become winners, which makes you win. Winning is contagious. Okay, so that's why we have that private Slack community with everybody in there. You're going to get all the fully scaled ecosystem infrastructure resources. So the SOPs, automations, templates, everything that makes this plug and play. Like I said, we set this up in about 14 days, can be a lot less than that. And then weekly live workshops with me, as well as with some pretty big people in this space that have some secret sauce to give you. All right, so how do you apply? Okay, what you're going to do is click the link below. You're going to follow me on IG. You have to be following me. And you're going to DM me the word info or whatever is in my bio. And just a quick disclaimer, we actually only open our doors a few times a month. As of right now, it's probably like once or twice a month just because we're getting an influx of people. And we're going to keep it at a capacity of 80 members. And the reason why we're keeping it at this capacity is because we want to make sure everybody's taken care of and they're reaching their goals. So go ahead, hit that link in the description, follow me on Instagram, DM me whatever it says in my bio, and we'll handle it from there. If you just are coming across me and need a little bit more information on how all this works and how you can scale your coaching business, check out all my other YouTube videos. There might be some links in the description for you. With that, guys, I will see you in the next video and see you on the inside.